I mean, I have moments of arrogance. For sure.
Oh, jeez. I didn't silence my phone. Sorry about that.
Should you answer it?
No. Definitely not. Probably about a car warranty or something.
I'm keeping that in. All right, we can.
I still find it hard to believe. It's that button.
Don't.
What's that button do? Other than just the button removed. Because that's stupid.
Okay, so we just recorded a 25-minute episode that got completely deleted
by pressing one button, and it doesn't even ask if you actually want to delete it. It just apparently deletes it.
Let's talk about something else.
Yeah.
What?
Oh man.
How about karma?
Okay.
That's a big topic.
It is a big topic.
What do you think karma is? I've explained to you before, so you got a better leg up than most people do, but what's your idea of karma?
What goes around comes around. In short.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, it's cause and effect. But do you think it's like if someone's a jerk, they will...
Something bad's going to happen to them?
Okay.
I mean, no, I don't believe that, but I thought that's what you I was finishing your sentence for you.
Okay, yeah.
But no, I think that's what everybody's general sense is. Like, oh, this person did this to me, so, they're going to, get in a car crash or something.
Yeah, no, you're right.
But I think that's what they're...
Like, my name is Earl.
Yeah, right. Mm-hmm. I think that's the general concept of what karma is. And I guess, in a sense, I mean, yeah, I think that's what I kind of feel like. I mean, not that I wish harm on anybody, but I think it's more like...
You wish harm on some people.
Yes, but not death. Just a
little harm. Just a little harm.
Just a little bodily harm. But I mean, I think, and again, it's not really about other people. It's about me, and so that's why I try to be like the best person I can be, and try to do right unto others.
Yeah. Because
I don't want karma to come and bite me in the ass.
Okay. Yeah, it's kind of when it came to the West, they turned to kind of a fear-based thing, and it's a very selfish thing. Most people are like, well, karma will take care of them.
Right.
Most people. And so when I read about karma, I was like, holy shit, I was so wrong with what I thought. Because I thought the same thing. Right. And because of that, I didn't really believe in it. Because I'm very skeptical of everything in my life. So when I read about it, it's just science. So basically, karma is the habits of your mind. So it's whatever you do today, snowballs tomorrow. It's like a bank account. You're investing in something, and you've been investing in it for a long time. So if you react the same way every day to certain events, that will only amplify the older you get. It's just, it's cause and effect.
Right.
Whatever habits you start developing, I mean, neural connections in your brain start getting stronger. So it's habits.
So it doesn't really have anything to do with anybody else. It's just a personal thing.
Yeah.
Karma is personal. Yeah. It's not like a...
It's not like lightning will hit you if you're...
No, right. I mean, it's... Okay.
But I mean, that being said, someone who acts on their anger every time it comes up over time might suffer some health issues, and that looks like the karma we believe in. But it's just like scientifically, they're acting on their anger so much that the cortisol levels go up all the time, and it's doing damage to their body. Therefore, they get these issues that they kind of caused in the first place.
I see. So that sounds like a more of a true karma type of thing.
Yeah, and it's. But it can change this day is the day, or this moment is the moment to change your karma. You can act differently with your habitual reactions.
Oh, of course, yeah.
It's not easy, but you can. And meditation is a way of not adding karma, good or bad. You transcend karma completely because you're sitting there and you're seeing your reactions and you're not reacting to them. So it gives you distance to see how you are. Can you stop coughing on the podcast?
Sorry.
You're going to cough much more tomorrow if you cough a lot today.
Is that karma?
Sure.
Sure. So, again, I think people don't think of karma as a personal thing. I think as, somebody who, whatever, felt cheated somehow or another, and then, years later, something, this person, like, lost a bunch of money or something, they got somehow or another, and that person is perceiving that as karma, where it really has nothing to do with one or the other. It's just something bad happened to that person, something bad happened here. So
kind of, yeah. But I mean, if you look at it through, like, if somebody becomes they go down a bad road, basically, and that's karma in a way, because they're choosing to go down this road, and it kind of alters their perception and their habits of mind of who they are. If you go down that bad road, then bad things are probably going to happen to you. If you do bad things are more likely to happen to you.
If you do bad things, bad things are going to happen, right?
Yeah, because you're in that mindset, and you're in that selfish kind of attitude that you put yourself in risky, toxic situations kind of on purpose.
Yeah, so if you do that continually, something really bad is going to end up happening.
Yeah. So my logic is to transcend karma altogether and just see, like, where we are now. So when you see your reaction, don't react to it the best you can, and see what happens.
So do you feel pretty bold in being able to transcend karma?
I can't.
Okay, because you was making it sound like you could.
No, this is like to the day I die practice.
Okay.
It's something that Pema Chodron talks about, one of the nuns I study under, and she talks about, like, basically seeing your habitual patterns, your reactions, and your storylines, not, believing in them, basically. And this is, like, in meditation.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're drop out of them, and you're with this discomfort of being with you're wanting to act on them.
Right.
It's like detox. You want to act on these. You want to be pissed at someone and complain,
but
you refrain from it. And when you refrain from it without suppressing it, you're stuck with this discomfort, because you're trying to get rid of this feeling of, like, anger or resentment or something.
Mm-hmm.
So instead, you just sit with that feeling, and then things change when you do that.
Why? Why do they change?
Because you're changing your relationship.
Because you're not reacting to it?
Yeah, so then the more you're aware of your habits and not react to them, the less hold they have over you. So if you stop acting on them all the time, then each time they come up, you're like, oh, okay, and you have some space between you and that reaction. So then you can respond and choose the right action at the moment versus wanting to bitch or wanting to judge or wanting to steal. I don't know why I jumped to stealing on the third one. Wanting to murder. This is what I've read. I've made baby steps with this.
You haven't been able to actually achieve this.
I have a little bit, asshole.
You're making it sound like you've got this licked, and you
I've seen moments where it's changed, and that's what's blown my mind. And with all of this, Buddhism says, don't take my word for it. Try it for yourself.
So, okay, here's, I guess, this aspect of it. So, one might say, and that one being me, I guess.
One bald man may say.
One might say that by taking that time, you're not getting the true reaction. You might be getting the better reaction, but you're not getting the true reaction to the whatever the situation is.
What do you mean?
So you're talking about, like, taking a situation where you're presented with something and not reacting to it, but yet sitting with it, right?
Yeah.
You're with me so far? Okay, you're sitting with it, and then you're going to react to it later to almost give it more thought and then have a better reaction.
No, you won't react to it later. You sit with it, and then...
So you don't react to it at all.
It kind of dissolves itself when you don't react to it.
Wow.
Yeah, but then that kind of situation, those causes and effects are bound to happen again later on, some other scenario.
Again, I think that my point being is the fact that you're just... Basically, it just sounds like you're ignoring the situation.
No.
Yeah, it does, because you're not... you're talking... I don't know. It sounds like you're ignoring the situation. I'm not trying to be argumentative.
No.
I like whatever.
It. No,
but I'm just be
honest.
I am. I'm like, because it just sounds like you're just sitting with it, and then, like, you're just going to sit with it, and it's just going to go away. But
it seems very like how meditation and all that seems a lot like doing nothing. It's not. It's a little bit different. No, I know, but I guess it's different when you're actually in the situation. But again, in formal meditation, when you're kind of, and there's different ways to do this. You can visualize certain scenarios that kind of trigger you and see how you react to them. Those are actual like therapy things too, like behavioral therapy, and that's retraining and rewiring your brain. But I guess it because when you see the actual like want to react come and go, and when it goes away, you realize like you didn't have to be in the pull of it. Does that make sense? So it seems like doing nothing, but it's actually really hard to do.
Well, again, I'm not saying you're not doing nothing, but it's more of it doesn't feel like there's any resolution that way. I mean, there might be, so I guess I'm more,
so if you're
putting this towards like a conflict, that there is, and you're not going to react to it. You're going to sit with it. You're going to meditate upon it. And I understand in your point of view that there's an actual process to this, but again, to maybe the other person who's involved in this conflict, it seems like you're just going to sit and...
Oh, no, yeah. If there's someone else involved in a conflict or something, you don't walk away and go meditate.
Okay.
And that would be that's like the guys in AA talked about this program where they give adults coloring books to like work with their therapeutical or whatever, and they're just kind of like, so when these people have a problem, they're like, hold on, let me get my coloring book, and they like pull it out and say, let me go color. Yeah, and that's the same if you're if you're in a fight with somebody and then you walk away and go meditate, that's running away from your problems. The formal meditation is a form of practicing for when it comes up, but when it comes up, you stay there and you work with your reactions in that moment. And that's like the tires or rubber meeting the road. That's when the practice becomes the most important. And that doesn't mean you meditate in that moment. Maybe have some reflective, like be with your breath for a second or something, so you can pause perhaps to see your reaction in that moment, but you still respond.
Okay.
You come to your heart and see, what should I do now? What's the appropriate response to this person? You don't just sit there and let them walk over you.
Gotcha.
You don't ohm your way away from
you. Yeah. You talked your way out of it. That's good.
No, it wasn't. I'm never trying to prove. Well, I guess I'm trying to prove a point, but I'm just clarifying.
Well, you're clarifying, and you worded it differently, and it made sense because it was just sounding to me like, and again, it's how my brain works. Is you're talking about conflict, and I immediately think of two people.
Oh yeah.
And where you weren't talking about that at all.
Well, there's a lot of inner conflict that comes up.
Right. You were talking about inner conflict, where I always, being married.
Like Street Fighter. Oh, okay.
I always think of conflict as between two people.
Well, I think inner conflict of like when you're meditating and you feel a bunch of anxiety and want to get up, and you're, instead of reacting to that by being like, okay, let's get up, you stay and sit, hold your seat. Then you see that anxiety come and go. Or you get drowsy and you want to like go take a nap instead, which I've done many times. Instead, you watch the drowsiness come and go, which actually happens. Or you crave something and you watch the craving come and go. You just see everything kind of come and go. And the more you kind of witness it come and go, you can do that in your daily life where you witness your own like anger come and go. And when you have that kind of space, which is meditation gives you, it gives you more room to kind of act more wisely. I guess.
That's pretty cool. Can you do that if you have to go to the bathroom?
You have to go to the bathroom right now?
No. I'm just saying.
So you just went.
Can you watch it come and go? Like you were just saying, like if you have an urge, like
if there's a bodily function, go to the bathroom. I mean, I guess, yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how it works. That's why I'm asking.
No, when you're like, if you're hungry, eat. If you have to pee, go pee. Like if you actually are tired because lack of sleep, go sleep. But I'm talking about like there is like moments of drowsiness from meditation. There's moments of restlessness when there's really nothing you have to do, but everything in you is like, I gotta get up and do something. I can't just sit here. Right. Which is a very common theme. So you kind of, that's the inner turmoil or self-doubt. Like, I can't do this. I gotta stop. Why should I even bother? That's my favorite song to sing to myself. And let that come and go and become friends with it. And then you realize it's not you. It's just your brain doing weird shit. But in conflict itself, I've talked about this before with you. There are these things called the 4 skillful actions, which I love. One's pacifying, which would be kind of sitting and doing nothing, but it's remaining mellow while somebody else is not so mellow.
Sure.
And then you kind of calm them down by not buying into their trip. That doesn't always work. So then the other one is enriching somebody else. So I've talked about this. You're good at that with like we got this, you can do it.
Yeah.
Encouraging somebody.
Yes.
As a parent, I feel like that's very important. I wouldn't know, I'm not a parent. But then there's magnetize, which is showing that you're on the same level with somebody. Like, hey, we're in this together kind of attitude. Like, I've been there, I get it.
Mm-hmm.
And then my favorite, destroy, which is violent sounding, is being direct with somebody.
Yeah.
Without being a dick. So
that's hard to do.
Yeah, it's a balancing act.
Yeah.
It's very, very fine line.
Yeah.
And so many people be like, I'm just being honest. I can think of some people we both know, but it's like, you calling someone a fat slob isn't being honest. That's got some opinion mixed in there.
Yes, absolutely.
So there's, and to know which action to choose, you don't think about which one to pick. Your kind of gut tells you which one's the best in the moment. And think about how many moments you've had where you think your gut's telling you to be direct, and your head's like, no, don't do it.
Don't do it.
It'll only make it worse. But it won't. It might. You don't know what will happen.
Yeah, I know. Because it's, the gut usually says pacify, I believe. I don't know. You're right. It's just bizarre because each conflict or argument is different, and deserves a different.
Some people it's easy to be direct with.
Yeah.
Especially strangers.
Yes. You've been practicing that.
Yeah, I have. It's
works well for you.
I'm getting much better because I used to never do it. To strangers, I'd be scared to upset them. Now I don't care at all. But I'm realizing that I always assume that someone will get mad at you.
Especially when you know you're right, though. Like, in your... No, I'm just saying because, in the instances I'm speaking of, what you're saying is the correct thing and you're right. So therefore it's easier to there is you have like, this is right, this is wrong. Like, it's not like there's a fine line. Like there's, because it is what it is. So.
Yeah. And if it's good for them, especially.
Right.
Like, this is for your own health.
It's easier to do it then, in that instance than it is when you don't really know and there's a fine line and you can be like, And
then they ask follow-up questions to why you said that.
Just felt right.
Yeah. I was feeling bold. That's true. But when I look at it as in like being direct with somebody is an act of compassion, like an alcoholic asking for more alcohol and you say no.
Right.
And they get mad at you, but you still know it's what's good for them.
Mm-hmm.
That's compassion.
Right.
But there's so much gray in between. Like you said, you don't know if you're in the right or they're in the right, and you kind of.
Well, I'm always in the right. But...
Yeah. Through you. But you pretend you act humble.
It's a good act.
Yeah. Humiliation is very important.
Yes.
Arrogance is equally as important.
Oh man. Well, that's for a different
talk.
Different guest.
Good show.
You know who you are. I'm not a fan of the term ghosting someone. I just feel like it's such a millennial term, but
what term would you use?
I don't know. You just got freaking ignored, man. I know it's specific to texting and everything, but
is it? That's what it refers to?
You don't even know.
My assumption was they're dead to me.
All right. Maybe I have no idea. I just know how I've seen it perceived in, movies and TV shows.
I've seen it in shows.
But I've had a few people say it in, anyway, that's fine. I'm fine with the ghosting thing, but
no, you're not.
I'm really not, I guess, but I just wanted to move on off the subject. I just wanted to move on about ghosting.
This will be the ghost episode.
No, it won't be.
You're right, I recorded that. Am I millennial?
Aren't you?
I don't know.
I don't even know what those terms mean, quite
honestly. Me
honestly.
neither. Like, there's Gen X and Gen Y. Is that like...
Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to look it up, and I don't want to do that right now. So.
Okay. Yeah.
But I think, how old are you?
28.
Yeah, again, I don't know. I don't even know why I asked how old you are.
Do you ever go on a tangent or something, and halfway through the tangent, you're like, "Why am I doing this?"
Forget why you're in the middle of the tangent.
Yeah, but
Absolutely.
you have their full attention.
Yeah.
So you try to alter it to give some sort of payoff.
Well, you either do that or you just have to own up to it and be like, I have no idea where I was going with that.
That's what I do.
That's what I do too, for the most part. Yeah.
I stopped caring about what I said.
Sometimes it doesn't even have to be a tangent. You could just be in the middle of a story and like, you're going on, and then all of a sudden you just like have no idea where that was going.
Like back to the friend thing. Okay, this is a good one. So one time I was supposed to hang out with this friend, right? And I matched up so we're going to hang out. And then he never responds the next day. I'm like, dude, we still hanging out or what? Nothing. Then I was just like, well.
Ghosted you.
Yeah. Like, well, he's dead to me. I get all upset. And then I text him the next day. I'm like, are you still alive? Like, super, like, sassy.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah. Come on over today, man. I'm like, okay, I guess. Let's, like, see if he grovells at his feet. Yeah. I come over and he's in his room. He's in a Johnny with a catheter and stuff, and I'm like, what the fuck happened? And he's like, oh, yesterday I like got stabbed a bunch of times. So here I am feeling sorry for myself where this guy almost died.
Wow.
So kind of that.
He didn't care to tell you that, or like, prior to, come on over today.
No, yeah, he assumed I knew anyone, because I said, are you still alive? So he thought it was a joke, because he thought I knew. No. Makes me sound like I was in on it.
I know, right?
Did she get you?
What do you know?
Yeah.
That's right. You told me a story about that guy, right? He was sleeping or something, right?
Yeah, well, yeah, he was laying down next to somebody, and then this girl just snapped and said he was an antichrist and started stabbing him.
And you hang out with some cool people.
This is a man that, like, brings chaos into his life. I mean, recently, the top apartment that he lived in caught on fire. Like, I'm like, these things just happened to him, and it's...
Is it karma?
No, I don't think so. There is some sort of weird correlation between people that are kind of crazy. You know how people drama attract drama? I feel like that kind of happens with like people with a crazy life.
Well, again,
their life just gets crazy.
Not to go into our wedding thing, but I think it is kind of karma, isn't it? Like,
maybe like law of attraction kind of
deal. It's your
vibes?
Yeah, it's your vibes.
Are you okay
keep putting yourself in this situation, so these things are going to happen to you. I mean...
Yeah, that's it. You keep putting yourself in this situation. Not that it's his fault you got stabbed.
No.
But you kind of associate with the wrong people sometimes. If you're I don't know. It's the vibes. Do you hate that word too?
No.
Okay.
I like
That's like a 70s thing.
Well, that's probably why I like it. I mean, I was born in the 70s.
Ghost is like it's a movie with Patrick Swayze.
Yes.
This is the second time I brought it up in a podcast. But
first one with your mother, I'm assuming.
Yeah, but she didn't get
the movie?
She did with me, but she didn't remember it. Because Whoopi Goldberg is a psychic in that, right?
Yeah.
But she's a phony until she meets Patrick Swayze.
Right.
Thank you for validating that.
Yes, that is true. That is very true.
The whole Penny scene, and did he cry during that movie?
I don't remember. That movie was old. I mean, that was before I was...
That was back when Patrick Swayze was alive.
That was before I was woke.
Is that before you lost your hair?
Yes, it was way before I lost my hair. Yeah. I'm not big on the whole texting lingo,
Like what about like LOL?
No.
You hate that I said alrighty.
No, yes, I do hate that you said alrighty. I'm like, what the hell is that?
I never say it in person. It's a text.
I know. So why would you say it in a text?
Good point. I'm being disingenuous.
I don't know. It was just weird. It sounded and looked weird, and I'm like, yeah, I don't think I've...
It sounded and looked weird.
I don't think I ever use LOL in a text, I'm just like...
I do if they do.
I'll use, like, a laughing face emoji. I'm fine with emojis over, like... I use certain things, though, like BTW. I do that instead of, like, by the way.
I just found a title for this one. Old Man Ranting. How about GIFs? Or do you call them GIFs?
No, I'm good with those. Actually,
you sent me one.
Yeah, and I went through a period of time.
He's old.
Where I went through a period of time where I was actually just trying to communicate with my son via text through GIFs.
How'd that go?
It was pretty good. We went for almost a week by just doing it, like, trying to figure stuff out. And then I was like, okay, that got old. But yeah, I'm a fan of those.
How old are you? I always forget.
You always ask me.
I do. Aren't you like 42?
Oh my gosh.
47?
Wow. I'm 50.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I guess I do forget.
I guess I do forget. Yeah.
How's it feel?
Feels great.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. I just turned 50 in September. And, yeah.
Have you had a midlife crisis yet?
I did when I was 25, so hopefully I'm not going to die this year. Yeah, when I was 25, I freaked out, man.
Me too.
Yeah.
Were you like, I'm like, what am I doing in my life?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay. But now you're pretty like, I know what I'm doing in my life?
Not really, but I feel better. I'm good with it, though.
You've accepted it?
Yeah.
Okay, I think that's the key to it. I think we're all lost. We just kind of pretend like we're found, I guess. It's true.